We're here to talk about, amongst many things, something else that you've got in the offer, and you're pulling another arrow out your quiver.
No, I got this great new project called Die, Die, Die. The first issue in stores. No one knew about it. Totally like shocking people, surprising people, which I'm very excited about.
You pulled the Drake with comics. You just dropped the track out of nowhere and you're like, there it is, deal with it.
It's because as a kid, I would go into a comic book store and you'd see that shelf and be, what's that? And oh my God, what's that? And every week when I would go in, you'd see comics from afar when you like walk in the door,
right.
And you see these covers in the distance and be like, and sometimes you get up close and you be like, I don't want that.
What is Die, Die, Die about other than having a fantastic title? What is it about?
In a nutshell, if we do our jobs right, Die, Die, Die is like if Quentin Tarantino did a Mission Impossible television series.
Hey, one thing at a time, man. I'm not a frog and you're not a bunny, so let's not jump ahead.
Very good stuff.
It's a spy espionage thing, but it's very graphic, very mature in a very immature way, I like to say.
Now, when you write a comic book, you are also a multimedia magnate. You're the guy that makes The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead. You can't just create for one media without thinking, oh, I wonder if this will live in another medium one day, or can you?
I mean, I kind of think of them as both to a certain extent. When I'm working on the comic, when I get pages back from the artist, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be an amazing scene if this happens as a TV show. I do, recognize that they're two different mediums. There's different strengths. There's different ways to tell stories in both mediums. So, there are certain things about the comic that I recognize, like I can only do this in the series.
Right.
And that's kind of the magic of comics. There's certain things that I can only get away with there. But there are those ideas that I tuck away, like, well, if we adapt this scene, it'll work better if we do it this way in television.
You're a comic book artist who one day was like, I don't want to be an artist. I think I'm better as a writer.
I don't draw.
But you started drawing, didn't you, in the beginning?
I did terrible drawings to begin with.
At what point were you like, I'm putting down art and just concentrating on the words?
I drew my first comic.
That was it?
The first comic I ever did, I drew. I love writing. I love being a storyteller. The charge of writing a page and then getting it back from someone who takes this dumb piece of words that no one ever wants to look at and turns it into art, and then you just see it first and you're like, man, I was so lazy when I typed that sentence, and this guy spent like a week turning this thing into some kind of masterpiece.
Right.
Like, this is a racket. Like, this is amazing. He's making me look like $1 million.
That, my friend, is some damn fine, genuine, outside the box thinking.
Do you want to direct one day? Do you think you want to direct a feature?
I don't want to do anything where I have to be in pants at a place at a certain time. That sounds terrible to me. So what I'm saying is one day.